Hello, I am Rossella.
And I'm Eleonora.
And together we are
Jazz Amore.
Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. E volavo felice, più in alto del sole ed ancora più su.
So, Jazz Amore project was born in October 2018, where we were having a pizza with some mutual friends, me and Eleonora, my colleague, and I was really looking for some guitarists to start an Italian project here in Australia. And she was saying, "Oh, but you know, I play guitar," and I felt like, really? Like, I didn't know that. Yes, I played a lot in my life in Italy. I had several bands, and I said, "Wow, that's amazing. Do you want to start a project?"
Felice di stare lassù, ma tutti i sogni nell'alba svaniscono perché.
So the name Jazz Amore comes from the famous song That's Amore, interpreted by Dean Martin. That's like an icon of the Italian music abroad, and that's the reason why we picked that song, and we made it a bit more fun in a sense that it also reminds a bit of music, so jazz. Not that we do jazz, but it's good. It's fun to say Jazz Amore.
We choose this particular kind of music here in Australia, the Italian music, because of course when we are so far from Italy, we feel the nostalgia, and we really wanted to bring the Italian culture here as well. And above all, we saw that there were bands playing Italian music. We wanted to bring the same kind of traditional Italian songs, but in a modern way, in a fresh way. And then I think that the combination of two girls made this choice even much more powerful.
So we don't really do jazz, we do a bit more of folk Italian music, so old-fashioned Italian songs that we call sort of traditional music, with a kind of more modern vibe, so a bit more pop, swing. I play guitar and we both sing, so we give a bit of a more an acoustic vibe.
Eleonora Catalano at the guitar.
Rossella Fanelli at the vocals.
We are Jazz Amore.
I grew up listening to jazz music, as my father is super passionate about jazz music. He got many vinyls at home, and he used to wake us up, me and my sister, every Sunday morning with some jazz tunes. So when I was approaching singing, I chose the pop songs, but I always loved even the jazz vibes, so I tried to mix together the pop songs with some vibes, atmospheres, vibes, shades, and that's why I really love this kind of more articulated pop music.
My music background is a bit more blues. I love blues. I grew up going to jam sessions, playing guitar, singing songs that are mainly American blues, but also very influenced from the Napolitan culture. For example, I think one of the main artists that I could mention here would be Pino Daniele.
Before coming to Australia, I was performing in some hotels around the world. I've been in Madagascar, in Thailand. I studied in London vocals, and this way of performing satisfied even my curiosity for other cultures, for discovering other countries, which is really one of my main passions close to music. I am even a singing teacher. I'm studying, I already studied, but I'm studying more to be a good singing teacher because it's not that easy. It's completely a different thing than singing. So I really had to study how to train my ear to know, to understand the other voices and to give the perfect exercises for the students to grow up in their vocal abilities.
Perché nei sogni credo ancora, lo strano gioco del destino, a Portofino m'ha preso il cuore, nel dolce incanto del mattino.
So when I left my hometown in Campania, the only very sad thing for me was to not to play anymore at these beautiful gigs and jam sessions that I used to play with many musicians from the area. And I knew it would have been harder to find some people like that around the world. I moved then to north of Italy to study and then to Germany, both for study and work, and never kind of had the same feeling about musicians, finding other people to play with and being able to actually perform. So when then I moved to Australia, the music scene I noticed was definitely better. It was good. I think there's a good support from locals that they want to have live music in restaurants and bars and pretty much everywhere in the city. So then I was lucky enough to meet Rossella, and then this project was born.
Thank you. We are Jazz Amore Duo. We're gonna have a little break and see you soon for more Italian music. Thank you.
So generally we got residency gigs in several Italian restaurants all around Sydney, and we are often called even for Italian events, Italian festas all around Sydney and even outside Sydney. Luckily, we had some collaboration even outside Sydney. And so our goal is to do even much more events and to participate, to play and to perform in bigger stages and to grow up musically and with our career. So in the next future, of course, we see ourselves in Sanremo Festival.
Sanremo? No way. No, please. No, 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 no.
Here, with his eyes forevermore, I will always be as close as you remember from before.
When we play in restaurants, at events, at bars, what I'm hoping to communicate to people is some emotion, something, anything that could bring them back to Italy. And that's what happens most of the time, actually. I can see when people stop eating and start, listening and actually realizing we are there, we're performing and playing something, and you can see their faces, they change completely, they smile. Sometimes it happens that people start crying because of some memories, some emotions. So that's the most wonderful thing that can happen when we play. And I think this happens particularly in Australia because of a lot of Italian background and the strong Italian community that is here in Sydney. So it's good to see that.
So the good points of my colleague were she's really participative. She is an engineer, if you don't know it, and I really appreciate her coming to every gig almost every night. So even if she's tired, she's really enjoying playing with this project, and I truly appreciate this side of her.
I'm thinking Rossella's best quality is motivation. Like, she's very motivated and passionate about what she does. So you can see it's thanks to her motivation and passion that we're doing what we do. She dedicates so much time to it, and I love that. But motivation maybe can be also said in another way. That can be a flaw, and that would be being very stubborn. I think Rosella is very stubborn. So in most of our things that we do, it's really challenging. But it's what it makes it fun.
So Eleonora Flo she's really stubborn too, because she wants me to keep the tempo on time, which is something that for singers is something like really out of their world. But yeah, I try to follow her in the best way I can. So if you want to bring some beautiful Italian vibes to your event made by two beautiful Italian girls, you can hire us sending an email to jazzamoreaustralia@gmail.com.
Thank you so much. We are Jazz Amore. We play Italian music. Hope you like it. Thank you.